Thank you. Good afternoon and a very, very warm welcome to Moneylife Foundation's 7th anniversary. I'm delighted that so many of you have made time to be with us today. We are really looking forward to a very inspirational and enlightening afternoon, and I can't tell you how many people have complimented us on having Mr. Panda and Mr. Chandrasekhar as our guests for this day. And the subject also, which is transforming India, thinking out of the box, is something all of you are looking forward to listening to. But give me a few minutes to talk about what we have done in the past year. Before that, a warm welcome to the students of NL Dalmia Institute of Management and Guru Nanak Institute of Management and its faculty. I think some of you had a grand tour of the BSc. I hope you enjoyed it. A big thank you to Ashish Chauhan, MD and CEO of the Bombay Stock Exchange, for giving us this historic venue. And in a way, we are part of history because I think we are the first event here after BSc has become a listed company. So that's going to be a first we will remember. You already know, many of you already know about Moneylife Foundation. That's how you're here. But just to tell you again, we are a not-for-profit organization engaged in spreading financial literacy and advocacy for better governance and policy making. We take pride in being fiercely independent and aggressively pro-consumer. That, of course, has its pros and cons. A lot of the times it hurts us, but that's how we are. Our mission is to give a voice to people like us who work, earn, save, pay taxes, but don't have a say in policies that affect us because we are not a vote bank or a powerful vested interest. Moneylife Foundation has 59,200 members. The membership is, of course, free, and those of you who are not yet members, please consider joining. We've conducted over 310 workshops, seminars, and discussions in the past 7 years. Today is the day when we take stock of what has worked and make course corrections based on our learnings and based on your feedback. So last year, we launched the daily guidance clinics to offer free one-to-one counseling on non-finance related issues. We approached several senior activists who are renowned in their respective fields and asked if they would spare a couple of hours every week to guide people. They readily and generously agreed. It was soon evident that the clinics made a huge difference to people because there was a crying need for this expert advice and guidance. So on Mondays, we have Ashok Rawat, who helps people with civic issues, open spaces, solid waste disposal. In fact, he is one of the solid pillars of our society, and we at Moneylife Foundation also seek his guidance on several issues from time to time. On Tuesdays, Mr. Sirish Shanbag guides people on housing, realty, redevelopment, cooperative housing society matters. In fact, one of our members told us these are issues that even make grown men cry. And it is indeed true. People seeking Mr. Shanbag's help on any given day could include someone from the slums of Mumbai who is struggling to save his shanty, and someone from the posh Malabar Hill with multiple flats and tenant problems. And all of them get equal treatment at Moneylife Foundation. Mr. Shanbag offers out-of-the-box solutions, including using the Lok Adalat, Lok Shahidin, RTI, and other means to get quick justice. Wednesdays are for right to information. We are privileged to have Mr. Sailesh Gandhi, the former Central Information Commissioner, to guide people every week. In fact, he is the only person we know who made a smooth transition from activist to CIC and back to being an activist again without missing a beat. Mr. Gandhi's new passion is to make government officials more accountable by using the little-known Act 21 of Maharashtra. I urge all of you to find out what this is and join his effort, please. Thursdays are for consumer grievances. We have two senior activists, Mr. A.V. Shenoy, an engineer with diverse social interests, and Mr. Abhay Datar, a former banker and activist, to guide people on a range of issues, including insurance. On Fridays, Madam Bhuvaneshwari and Mr. Suresh Prabhu, former senior vice president of HDFC Bank, provide guidance on banking, credit, and finance-related matters. We are immensely grateful to all of you, and thank you for being here today. On some days, we hold special talks and action-oriented discussions. They have covered issues like transport, toll problems, solid waste disposal, noise pollution, cell tower radiation, social audits, the municipal budget, app-based solution to civic issues, and the Mumbai Development Plan. Again, thank you for all our speakers for being here today and supporting us. Moneylife Foundation is happy to play the role of a catalyst at all these sessions, because this is not something we have domain expertise on, but all our members are interested in it. We've also had several illuminating talks and discussions on taxation by Mr. Amit Patel and Mr. Nikhil Wadia. They are chartered accountants who we respect for their knowledge, their integrity, and the consistently good advice that they have provided free of cost to our members. Last year, we also had the honor of listening to the extraordinary achiever and orator, Mai Sindhutai Sabkal, who survived violent abuse and harassment and went on to become the mother of over 1,000 orphans and has set up several orphanages. It was a very touching event. Another big effort in the last year was the 12-part Police and You series that we put together with the help of Dolphy D'Souza, convener of Police Reforms Watch, who is our MC today. It was an extraordinary learning experience for all of us. What started as an effort to educate people on their rights and responsibilities in dealing with the police grew into something bigger because of the response from Moneylife members and the enthusiastic participation of leading lawyers, activists, as well as serving and retired police officers. Thanks to Mr. Nandkumar Sarvade and Pradnya Sarvade, two highly regarded senior police officers, our members were able to hear from the best of Mumbai police officers, both serving and retired. After the series, 3 former police officers, Mr. Vilas Tupe, Mr. Ramesh Mahale, and Mr. Mahesh Athavle, here with us today, have so kindly agreed to do follow-on seminars as well as hold one-to-one guidance sessions. I think all of you should take advantage of their generosity and tell your friends and relatives about it. Contact us at Moneylife Foundation to know more about it, or just write to foundation@moneylife.in. We also run 3 free helplines. My colleague Yogesh Sapkale anchors all of them, coordinates with our experts, and also answers many of the queries. The tax helpline is supported by Capital First. We are deeply indebted to Mr. Amit Patel, Nikhil Wadia, and Subodh Shah for the time they take. They've answered over 1,000 queries so far. The credit helpline guides people in financial distress, supported by Experian Credit Information Company. And like I said earlier, Mr. Suresh Prabhu and Madam Bhuvaneshwari use their vast banking experience to help people. The Legal Resource Center, supported by the H.T. Parikh Foundation, brainchild of Mr. Jamshed Mistry, aims at providing initial guidance on legal issues without attempting to substitute lawyers. It has answered over 1,236 online queries since February 2014 when it was launched. Our online presence and outreach and maintenance of our website is thanks to the unstinting support we get from Softcell Technologies and its Managing Director Sunil Dalal and D. Venkatesh and their colleagues who are here today. We took up 3 projects on the advocacy front last year. The first was a detailed study of companies that have failed to repay people who invested in fixed deposits. We collated and analyzed over 1,300 complaints and wrote to the Ministry of Corporate Affairs. Unfortunately, the ministry is unconcerned about the plight of these depositors, who are mainly senior citizens. Despite our persistent follow-up and filing of RTI, all we have is a few meaningless responses forwarding complaints to regional ROC offices. At the suggestion of Mr. Mahesh Athavle, a former EOW officer, we learned that the Maharashtra Protection of Interest of Depositors Act combines civil and criminal remedies and may offer a far better way for people to recover money lost to dubious MLMs, Ponzi's, and money circulation schemes. Unfortunately, the Act has a few defects which lead to long delays in the delivery of justice. So we conducted a study and we have sent a memorandum to the Maharashtra Chief Minister, Mr. Devendra Fadnavis, requesting the state government to consider amending and tightening the Act to make it more effective. We hope he's going to respond positively. We also sent a memorandum to the Reserve Bank of India demanding fairer rules on how our credit information is collated and used. Among other things, we demanded that every person should get 1 credit report free of cost every year, and that a good credit record should lead to lower interest rates through the adoption of risk-based pricing. In July 2016, the RBI asked CIBIL to provide a free credit report to every borrower once in a year. We also discovered that Bank of Baroda is the first to start risk-based pricing for car and home loans. This too was recommended in our memorandum, but there's a lot more there and it needs to be taken up in the interest of investors. Retirement communities are a hot new business for the real estate industry, but there's no policy framework to protect those who opt to live there. Consequently, several elders have been forced to seek legal redress. We are conducting a detailed study on these communities to suggest a possible policy framework to protect elders. I would like to seek the help of Mr. Baijant Panda and Mr. Rajiv Chandrasekhar to help us take these issues up with the regulators and Parliament. We would like to give you hard copies of these memorandums. Devashish, may I ask you to please give the hard copies? And we do hope you will find time to take a look at them and see if you can do anything to take this forward. Finally, a few quick updates. I'm happy to tell you that Moneylife channel on YouTube has crossed over 1.2 million views. Every one of our seminars is uploaded on this channel. It's mainly for people outside Mumbai who feel really upset that they can't attend our seminars like you. But some of you have traveled from outside Bombay, and I'm really happy about that. The feedback from them has been gratifying, so if any of you have not seen the channel, please do look at it. Our accreditation with the Reserve Bank of India's Depositor Education and Awareness Fund is going to help us conduct a few more seminars this year on financial literacy. And I must also close by mentioning that taking on powerful regulators, banks, and institutions on behalf of ordinary consumers is not an easy task. We make powerful enemies and are badly mauled from time to time. At times like this, it is your faith and support as members and well-wishers and donors that encourages us to continue what we are doing. We truly value your trust and belief. Of course, some donors walk away when we write some things, and new ones replace them, so it's an ongoing cycle, and I'm most grateful to all of you, past and present. We look forward to the day when the number of money lifers is large enough to force policymakers to listen to financial consumers before framing policy that affects us, rather than make us fight to correct it. I would also like to thank our trustees for their invaluable guidance. Thank you also to Mr. Samir Mahagaonkar, who's sponsored the tea and the snack today. Very kind of you. He's a Moneylife supporter and member. And finally, a big thank you to the super team we have at Moneylife, which includes colleagues in the magazine, former colleagues, former interns, who are all here today to show their support and solidarity, as well as several other youngsters who come repeatedly every year to help us on days like this. Thank you so much.